if we take diversity as a concept, it just will never end, because every person on the planet is diverse by definition.
Exactly.
And we have to, at some stage, anchor ourselves in some form of normal and some form of generalized population rules and regulations that we have and ways in which we behave in society. But I come from this from a personal point of view. So people listening to the show, my condition, Poland syndrome, means that I have a physical condition which impairs me in some way, shape or form, but doesn't incapacitate me. So it means I'm missing my right pectoral muscle, 2 ribs directly behind it. For example, the analogy I always give is if I go to the gym, if I'm to do a bench press, I can't use a barbell bench press. I couldn't have weights on the left and weights on the right because I physically cannot push as well on my right as I can on my left. So I use dumbbells. And if I'm doing a bench press, it looks kind of ridiculous. I'll have a 40-kilo dumbbell in my left hand because I can push that. But then I'll have like a 20, maybe a 25-kilo dumbbell in my right. And my shoulder's doing most of the work there anyway. But if I was to look at my condition and go, how does the world mold to my condition? It would be me turning up to the gym and looking at the gym dumbbell rack and going, how inconsiderate. They've put the 40-kilo dumbbells all the way over this side and the 20s are all the way over there. And they've not considered to put the 40 and the 20 together because that's what I need. And that for me is where I say you have to recognize that if you have a condition, if you have some form of diagnosis that slightly incapacitates you in the world that we live in, we have to move as a collective, and therefore it is your responsibility to find a way in which you can find ways to survive in the world, to thrive in the world as well, by using whatever capabilities you have to the best of your advantage. But we're completely flipping it. And I said to you pre-recording that when I grew up with my condition, everything I wanted to do was to find a way in which I could seek back to normal, into the ways in which everyone else was doing things. But I think right now we're doing it completely the other way, in which I'm diagnosed with a condition and I want to move further away from everyone else and isolate myself so that people can either see me as different, see a way in which they can mold the way in which the world works to me and to help me. And that then leans into this lack of accountability for what you're doing, maybe a victimhood mentality, and in my opinion, a lack of resilience in dealing with the stresses of the world that are in front of you. You're unable to deal with any challenge that's in front of you because as soon as life or another challenge hits you, you're going, well, how's it going to change for me so that I can deal with it? If you enjoyed that clip with Sammy, then YouTube has thrown another clip that it thinks you're going to enjoy. Might even be an episode. It's going to place it right here.